Alright guys, so welcome to another update, thoughts, and discussion. We have some pretty amazing and hype things, I guess, coming up for Fire Emblem Heroes on the 8th of June. Wow, what can I say? I'm already looking at the first thing and I'm like, that's not Marth. But wait, it is Marth, according to the game. Apparently we're gonna get costumes, hats, and aesthetics for the game coming up. And I think these are great because they do not matter from any gameplay perspective. I hope that you can choose the ones you want. Like, it's not gonna be some sort of additional loot box system or gacha for getting accessories. Or even worse, I mean, it says it's available through quests, events, and more, but that more better not be like summoning for accessories instead of summoning for units or inheritable skills. So I'm gonna hope that it doesn't affect the gameplay in any way, because yeah, it might not affect your skills, but I'm gonna stay skeptical and hope that all this stuff stays harmless to the game experience, and if people want to purchase this, it keeps it away from the main game, or else we're gonna baby rage together. So let's be skeptical but interested. I'm interested. I think this, if I can put some cool stuff on my characters, maybe change their weapons around and make them look more awesome. Could you imagine like putting Fujin Yumi or something on Niles? Like, that's gonna be pretty cool. I can give him like a laser bow even though he'd be using slang bow. I think that aesthetic would be cool, but hopefully it's harmless and we're not affecting the gameplay in any way. I don't want to be summoning for accessories, please. Mustache Man is hard enough. I don't need an owl hat being summoned. Okay, so next weapon refines coming up. We'll do an additional video for this when it does come out with my thoughts, and I'll probably be showcasing one of these units. I can tell you right away, I'm probably going to be showcasing Merrick without a doubt. He's the only real unit here that I actually care about, personally. Who's Lind? Actually, yeah, we're going to get a Lind banner, I guess. There's one on the 10th of June coming out called New Power, so I guess those of you who've been asking for a Lind banner, there's your Lind banner. The banner itself is red, blue, and green, which is pretty good. A lot of people like Adult Tiki and a lot of people like Young Tiki. I want to make this as additional forewarning for you people that might see the legendary banner coming around at the same time. Please don't pull for red on Young Tiki there, because we know that she's probably going to show up on the banner on the 10th of June as well. And it'll be an easier opportunity to pick her up there if you truly want Young Tiki merges. We'll talk about the mathematics on that on legendary banner, but that's just a forewarning. Summon for Young Tiki when she shows up on the individual banner, not on legendary banner if you're specifically targeting her. Anyways, Merrick is definitely my favorite of this choice, so we're going to be upgrading him and showcasing him. It's cool because they finally chose to upgrade those original weapons rather than the Dark Aura, Dark Excalibur versions. I wonder what they're going to add to something like Excalibur and Aura. Aura's probably going to have like an upgraded Breath of Life, I guess, an additional effect, maybe some stats as well to put it in tune. Maybe some effectiveness as well. Excalibur already has flyer effectiveness, so that's pretty cool. Some people have already been skeptical that the Breath of Fog might have like dragon effectiveness from Tiki's original games. That would be odd for a dragon to counter dragons. But I guess that could be really nice because we already have Male Grima as a green dragon, and we already have Myrrh and Fae as well, which are pretty dominant. You see them a lot, so to be able to use Tiki to counter dragons might be pretty cool and might be really needed. As if Male Grima needed enough counters as it is. The guy literally dies to like everything. Armor smashers, reds, magic damage, falchions, which are all reds. Now we're gonna have Tiki slaughtering them too. How much more things do you have? Okay, so next up we have these menu adjustments, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, all right, this is actually a very good change for a lot of people, especially you guys who might be new to the game. Even for me, like I've been playing a long time, at least we can have a cleaner menu. Okay, a cleaner menu is very nice. I think I've had to actually make a video helping people like figure out how to use these menus, because like sometimes you just can't find where like inherent skills are or how to add blessings to my units. The game doesn't really give you like clear and concise instructions to do that, so anything to kind of like put everything in a very consolidated place will be much needed. So we have here like the ally growth, change equipment, interact with allies, and that seems pretty straightforward to me. Like I don't need to actually go in there, but you can pretty much tell that ally growth has stuff to do with like confer blessings, inherit skill, merging allies, leveling them up, And that's pretty good already. So at least it's all going to be in a very concise spot, and it's not just going to be in like some advanced menu and you're like scared to touch the advanced menu because you might screw something up or something. So I like it a lot that it's consolidated in the right spot, and that's going to help newer players figure that out. Of course, it doesn't matter for us veterans, but I mean, anything that helps newer players feel more comfortable playing the game and the game grows as a whole, I'm all for it. It says also that catalog of heroes and hero merit list will be showing up in the interact with allies menu. Okay, so I noticed that if you can't find it later, then be sure to be checking that out where it says interact with allies. Now, this next function, again, you're probably looking at it like, who asked for this? Who asked for auto learn function? Well, again, the thing with a lot of people that I've noticed who might have been new players, they sometimes have base kits. Like they don't even have base kits sometimes. They don't even know what they're upgrading here. They're like, should I be learning this skill? Should I be inheriting skills? How do I even inherit skills? What skills do I inherit? And then you just end up with like these really weird skill sets sometimes that I see people do. So I'm going to be welcoming this as well. It says interacting with allies and learning skills. And basically it seems like once they've accumulated enough SP, they're just going to learn it without you actually having to go into the menu and such. So that's welcome, because then I don't have to like keep reminding some people to learn their skills on their units. Like sometimes they'll have like Vantage 1, or maybe they'll have Perez 1, or whatever the base kit stuff might be. I think it'll be fine, and I think it's a very much welcome choice to the game. Anything that's helping out the new players, and them catering to the new players is okay. It means a great casual improvement for the player base. Okay, so next up we have different types of favorites. I like this change because it's just better organization. Anything that helps me with the organization of the game is much welcome. Like I'm gonna have like now different types of favorites, or it'll be easier to find different units. I hope that you can actually sort by different types of favorites. That's very welcome. So let's say I can sort by favorite 3, and then I could maybe put all my mages in that category if I wanted to, or if I have favorite 8, then I have like certain team comps, and we can sort by team comps, by type of themes. Like I don't know, like if I make an awakening team, I make like a shadow dragon team, and they're all like different favorites there. So I think that's really cool, as long as we have that sorting option, which I'm pretty sure they already do. Sorting by accessory. Okay, great. There's all our 4-star new heroes that you pick up when you start the game. No longer do they start at 1 or 2-star. You get Anna right away at 4-star, Takumi, Ray, Virion, and Matthew. Amazing. Okay, so this is the big one. People have been asking me, what do I think of these new arena salt changes? From what I can see, it seems like they've reduced the impact that legendary heroes have. At least that's how I can interpret it right away. It says that if legendary heroes or heroes with blessings that match a season or deploy, the score will increase by 1 for each hero. So before that used to be 2, but maybe that was because of BST. Maybe this is an additional bump in scoring. At least I can't truly interpret exactly what that means. I think it means maybe they're just totally increasing it along with the BST change as well. So maybe what that means is that if you had, let's say, Ryoma with a water blessed hero like Fiorum, previously what happened was because Ryoma got a BST boost, it meant like you would get additional scoring because he got the extra stats, not because he got a blessing. That didn't really matter. It was because of the stats. So I think what this means is maybe it's an additional score point on top of that, and it should affect everyone universally as long as you use the proper heroes during the season. One thing that I've noticed here is that it doesn't say if legendary heroes and heroes with blessings are used at the same time that the score will increase. It says or, so maybe that means you don't actually have to use the legendary hero during that season to get a score increase. I think that's what it's saying. So you don't have to actually use Fjorm or legendary Ike or Gunthrow or legendary Lin or F Grim or anything like that to increase your score. You won't get the blessing bonus, the stat bonus that's also given to you by using legendary heroes. So it seems like if you just use the hero during that season, even if they don't have the legendary hero active beside them to give them the stat bonuses or with them, then it should be a score increase. So what this means is that people will have to use heroes of that particular season to be more competitive during that arena score season, regardless of whether you have that legendary hero or not. Yeah, it's interesting, definitely. You're gonna have to create multiple team comps in arena with multiple blessings on different team comps to make sure you have high scoring units. Basically, an arena core now officially means that you have to use like a water blessed arena core, a earth blessed arena core, and like a fire blessed arena core. You only need 3 out of 4 seasons because there's always 2 different seasons active. So yeah, it means now you definitely need to use way more arena cores, guys. It's not anymore just use your Noe, Faye, and Adel Tiki or whatever, Marth, Donald, whatever you want. Like it's got to be multiple choices now. You're gonna have like maybe your armor core and they're gonna be wind blessed. Then you're gonna have your fire blessed team and they're gonna be like a bunch of dragons. Then you're gonna have your legendary weapons, infantry units, and they're gonna have to have like a water blessing or something. You're gonna have to have different type of arena cores now to be competitive when it comes to scoring, because if you can't keep up with that sort of demand, then you'll fall behind, because people won't even need the legendary hero, and you're gonna be benefited just using those particular blessings even without the legendary hero being there. So this is what I see from this. We don't know for sure until it goes live, but that's what I can take out of the language given to us here, and definitely prepare yourself for it. Whether I think that's a good thing or a bad thing, I think it's personally a good thing. I do actually think it's a good thing. Anything that encourages people to not just use the same 3 units basically for the whole lifespan of the game. This will help people out to diversify a bit, make sure they focus even harder on, you know, maybe their favorite 9 set of units or 8 set of units, just basically like a good bunch of units that they really want to merge up and focus on. And I think that's really good, because I'm always encouraging that you don't just summon all the time for new heroes or something. You actually focus on a particular set of units and you can build them up. Again, you're going to have to stay in demand of things like that, where you're going to have to use high scoring units. You're not going to be able to use mages and such. I mean, you kind of can, I guess, with this change, but again, you're still going to be outpaced by people you do. What they've also mentioned, though, is there's going to be more rewards as well, more hero feathers and better rank rewards for Arena Assault. So that's kind of interesting as well. I guess they're trying to encourage people to go into that mode even more. I get like that means for sure that you're going to have to try even harder to be competitive. So yeah, be ready for that. One thing I wanted to point out, though, is that these scoring changes seem to only impact Arena Assault and not Arena. So be sure that you're making these cores specifically for Arena Assault to match the proper season, but don't feel so pressured during Arena, because it doesn't seem like they've mentioned that this applies to Arena. It could eventually apply to Arena, but it is strictly for Arena Assault. Of course, people who focus harder on having those different cores on seasons will benefit more than those that do not. So they've made it a little bit easier for you to level up your heroes. It says here that we are going to get more shards from the training tower. That's a daily thing. You don't actually get shards after your first battle, so they're increasing that a little bit. I guess it's kind of welcome. I've never really ran out of shards. As long as you do your dailies, you really shouldn't run out of shards. There's always like 1,000 shards and 1,000 crystals, I believe, every single day. And if you do the training tower once a day, you also get additional crystals or shards there. The actual other change, though, where you get more SP per level up, that's very welcome, because there's a lot of units that don't use their default kits. You usually have to like completely deck them out and do multiple runs before you can really customize them properly. Sometimes you have to fully change everything, weapons, assists, A, Bs, or Cs, and their special might need to be something expensive like Aether and Gale Force. And it just takes a really long time, so I welcome anything that just kind of increases shorter time span to do all that. Okay, so home screen labels. Was this really needed? This will help newer players understand the home screen. So it says present list under Fe. Does it not say it now? I guess that's fine. I guess if you're new, maybe you can't understand what the owl with the mail there is. Couldn't you understand? I mean, come on, it's an owl giving you something. I guess the one that doesn't make sense is like this one here. You probably don't understand what that one is if you're new, and I guess the one in the bottom left you don't really know until you click it. You click it and then you're like, oh, okay, this is my friend list. Okay, that's your friend list. Okay, that makes sense. Or if you click this and then right away at the top it says quests and missions, then you figured it out. But I guess for like if you just started, you don't really know what these are, and you're just kind of confused as to where to click and what to do. I can't complain. Again, anything that helps the casuals, new players kind of get up to speed with the game and how it functions, menus and such, is a welcome change. Nothing really to say negative about it. Last thing is couple small changes. I'm glad that they're increasing the speed of logging in. I always feel like it's a little bit of a drag where you log in, it's like 10 to 15 seconds of just like loading and notifications pop up and you're like, okay, just X, I kind of know what's going on, go away, you know, so any of that tedious stuff being gone is fine. It looks like they're going to pressure people more into doing like the events if they don't know about them. There's going to be an exclamation mark icon. Future Grand Conquests will indicate the points earned for an area after battle. Okay, I guess they're going to make it visually more, visually easier to understand what's going on in Grand Conquest, like which areas need the most help. You can kind of visually see right away which points are going to be there. I see that's what the change is. I think that's kind of welcome because based on the previous Grand Conquest, we had so many situations, especially near the end of it, where things got knocked out and you're like, where do I go? Where do I help? And if you can kind of see, you know, some numbers there to help you make a decision, that may be just fine. The last thing to see here is for summoning events that begin after the update, the colors of the featured hero summoning stones will be displayed. Interesting. I guess that means like if you didn't know what the color of the focus units were, that you would make a mistake on summoning. You got like a reminder. Is that like when Legendary Lyn came out or something and people were like pulling colorless because they saw a bone unit and it was actually like a green archer? So the game's like reminding you, hey, Lyn's actually a green unit. Don't summon colorless. You're wasting orbs, by the way. I guess. Okay, there's a lot of those changes. I'm not completely against that sort of stuff. So anyways, I think that's pretty much it on my thoughts on this. I'm gonna reserve my judgment for a couple of these things after the update goes live. So especially when it comes to arenas and the weapon refines and maybe these aesthetics, I think those are the biggest changes we see here. So we'll see if it has a big impact in game. I think this update is probably smaller than some of them that have come out, but it's still a nice change nonetheless. So if you liked what you saw today, guys, you know, feel free to click that like button and give your thoughts on the update in the video comments below, all right? Peace.